All of us farmers have officially fucked around, and we have officially found the fuck out now, guys. I am on the verge of bankruptcy. I'm on the verge of tears. Overnight, all of my help fled. My help, out of fear for their safety, their lives, they fled. And now I am left out here standing in my unharvested carrot field. It is January, and I'm in Kansas, and this is when carrot harvest goes in Kansas. This field should be full of workers, but all my workers left. And who the do you think is to blame for that? Every single one of them left. Now I have to by myself try to fill that truck with a load of carrots in one day, and I can't do that, guys. I have to get these carrots to market by next week, or my contract is terminated. This is $936,000 worth of carrots right here, and I can't pick them by myself. If they're unharvested, I will get kicked out of that contract, and I will get sued by the Planters Loves Carrots company. We're just absolutely fucked as farmers, guys. Everything is so fucked, and I do not see anybody surviving this farm crisis that we're in. Guys, look, one of the best splorn crops that I have ever raised in my life. And because of the tariffs, China will not fucking buy it. And they are the only country in the world other than, well, they are the only country in the world that buys splorn. And so now I'm literally just chopping it and blowing it on the fucking ground because it's fucking useless. It's valueless. There's nothing I can fucking do to it. I am going to need government assistance to make it through this fucking crisis until these tariffs end. Look, I've never raised a splorn crop like this, guys. And this is just fucking heartbreaking to me. I don't know how I'm gonna survive. You know, Trump said he fucking loved us farmers, and here I am just blowing my splorn crop all over the ground. Hopefully he works a deal out where Antarctica and Mars will start buying this splorn and save the farmers. I'm sorry, splorn crop.
Our farmers are reporting they're on the brink of a crisis.
Iowa farmers feel unheard after the Farm Bill fails to advance to the Senate floor.
It's the fact that our elected officials maybe aren't listening to their constituents or looking at the real problems we have as closely as they could.
We need a strong voice from our Iowa legislators saying this is the impact this is having on our farms.
Now they're worried what this could mean for the future of their field.
Farm Service Agency loans have helped countless farmers get their first piece of land. Without a farm bill written, that puts uncertainty on getting the young people started when they need the credit the most.
This is the first time in my life farming that I still have crop in my bins that I can't sell. Basically what we're getting out of a bushel of corn or a bushel of rice would be like you making $5 an hour and trying to pay your bills at home. Mexico and China are the two biggest rice buyers for the United. They buy more rice off of us than anyone. And when they stop buying rice, we have nowhere to go with the rice. It won't be a trickle-down effect. It will be like flushing a toilet if the ag industry collapses. Totally 100% dependent upon the Lord Jesus Christ. I surrender it to Him.
Final report. Farmers who voted red are now paying the prices of their votes. The farmers' crisis is becoming more and more painful to American farmers, Texas farmers, and all farmers from these rural areas. Why? Now, before I continue, if you are a farmer and you voted Republican because you believe that your vote was going to protect your land, your vote was going to protect your business, your vote was going to protect your family, your future. This conversation is not about insulting you. It's about asking just one serious question. Did the political promises actually deliver what you are promised? And I want you to see the consequences of voting what? Of voting just for you. Or voting against someone else. Because these are the consequences of voting against some other communities. Because right now, the numbers tells a more complicated story than a political slogans. Number tells more stories than America First, than Make America Great Again. You know, right now it's a very, very complicated story. And that's what we're going to talk about. Farmers are paying the price for voting this. The crisis is going on, and it's bad.
I'm going to try to get through this without crying. My name is Louise, and me and my family own a wheat farm in Kansas. We are all certainly lifelong Republicans, and we were so happy to vote for Trump in all three of his elections. However, we were certainly not aware that he was going to put a funding freeze on all USAID. 100% of our wheat produce is bought by USAID and shipped out of the country. So our farm is completely bankrupt. We have no customer. We had this whole deal with the US government, and now that is just gone in a second. And we are completely decimated. USAID buys about $2 billion worth of American farmers' goods annually, and every single one of those farms is in the same boat as us now. It's a sinking boat. He didn't consider us at all when he made these decisions, and it would be impossible for any world leader to do something that could negatively affect us more than what Trump has done to us. And we voted for him.
Arkansas farmers are taking their own lives because of what's happening to their farms because of Trump's policies. And it's only going to get worse for farmers because this is all laid out in Project 2025. So in Project 2025, the plan is to roll back all of the protections that farmers currently have access to. Basically, there's different programs. There's crop insurance. There's these commodities programs. And most of these are either subsidized or paid for by the government. So farmers, if a small farm gets hit with, a weather disaster or something else happens where they can't profit off their crop like they usually do, they're backed up. They're safe. They can, float for another year because of these programs. They want to get rid of these programs. They want to take the burden of these programs off the government and put it back onto the farmers, meaning these small farms get hit with one disaster and they're fucked. They're done. Guess who won't be done, though, if they get hit with one disaster? Giant mega corporations, these huge corporate farms that have all the capital they need to float if they get hit with a disaster. They're not going to go under. What they're going to do is buy up all these little farms and consolidate them into these giant mega farms. That's what the plan is. And I know it's easy to be like, oh, fuck these farmers. They voted for this. This is what they get. But this isn't good for any of us if this happens. I know like the FAFO is delightful, but it isn't good for any of us. And it's scary. Like, these are the people that feed us, that provide our food, and we need them. And it's horrifying to see what they're trying to do to them.
You guys have got to see this video. So farmers in Arkansas have gathered together and they're praying to God because Donald Trump is literally destroying their farms and there's nothing else they can do.
Farmers, in my opinion, dear Lord, and it's only my opinion, are closer to thee than anyone else on this earth because we deal with your earth every day. Dear Lord, we're hurting, dear Lord. We can't help what's happened to us.
It's so sad. These farmers are having their entire livelihoods destroyed by a billionaire who doesn't care about anything but making himself richer. Under the Trump administration, multiple different programs set up by Biden to help support small and regional farming have been froze or cut. For example, the USDA's Regional Food Business Centers program. It was meant to boost local supply chains through grants and support, and now it's been terminated. Farmers who were approved for this funding and expecting to get it still have not got their money. They've been left stranded. The Trump administration has cut over 600 USDA grants. These programs benefited farmers, sustainable agriculture, and food security. Organizations across rural America lost funding, forcing them to lay off staff and abandon projects. All of this funding has been cut while the big beautiful bill boosted crop insurance and subsidy payouts, of course benefiting larger industrial farms and hurting the small farms. Put all of that together and it's no wonder Arkansas farmers are praying. They've not just lost support, they've been set up to
Well, my friends, our farmers are in full-blown crisis. And it's not because of Mother Nature. It's because of Donald Trump's reckless tariffs that have torched decades of trade relationships and handed America's agriculture future to China and Brazil on a silver platter. 12,000 tons of pork canceled. Soybean exports collapsed, and family farms are now shutting down. And it doesn't stop there. Longshoremen, truckers, warehouse workers, entire communities are being gutted. This didn't have to happen. But Trump wanted a trade war. He wanted headlines, and now our farmers are paying the price while China laughs its way to the Brazilian soybean fields. And to make it worse, farmers who sign contracts with their own government, they're being stiffed, left holding the bag. So let me be clear. I will fight like hell to rebuild our rural economy, restore fair trade, and make sure American farmers never again become pawns in a MAGA publicity stunt. This district deserves better. America deserves better. Are you ready to fight back? My name is Doug Hune, and I'm a Democrat, congressional candidate in California's 3rd District. Please share this video, follow me, and donate to my congressional campaign. Link is down below and also my profile.
For years, politicians stood in front of farmers who told them, we are fighting for you, we are protecting American agriculture, we are putting farming first, we are bringing back American strength. Many rural voters, they voted, over 75% voted for Donald J. Trump and the Republican Party because they believed that Washington had forgotten them. And honestly, I understand why. I understand why. Farmers have legitimately concerns. They worry about fuel costs. They worry about fertilizer. They worry about equipment. They worry about interest rates. They worry about land prices. But they were warned about DJT because DJT was there before and they know exactly. And a lot of farmers are boomers, millennials, not millennials back then. A lot of them are there. And they still hold that America first ideology. They still hold that America's ideology of we are the great and we are the only one. Remember, they are the ones who made sure that black people lose their lands because black people are complaining about some policies and these white farmers were like, yo, this ain't our problem. And black people lost their farms and it was so bad. And right now, white farmers are really crying. They are regretting their votes, and most of them, they voted for racism. It's very much expensive. Very much expensive. When a politician tells you that he's going to fight for American farmers, the message can be extremely powerful. But is this fighting for everyone? Because if it's for black and white, for every community, then it's okay. You're going to do that. But if it's for you, thinking it's for you, that's how you lost. That's how you suffer. Because supporting a political party does not automatically protect your wallet. Now, Trump has put America into war, has put America with the fights with other countries. The tariff has gone high. China does not accept your products and everything has gone down. The economy is high because Strait of Hormuz is closed. And Trump is not ready to let it go. He said he does not care about your pockets. What he cares is about what is there in Iran. And that's why economy has gone high. Trump supporters, the farmers, do you see? It is high time that when you are voting, don't vote against yourself. Vote for something that you need. Don't vote against someone. Vote for something. Farmers are facing tough consequences. They are paying the price because right now inflation is taken into account. There's a decline about 2.6%. Farm sector liquidity is expected to decline as working special falls. Immigration policies have took away the workers. It is getting bad. Tell me what you think on the comment section about this. Peace out.